Let's switch gears now, everyone, and let's speak with one of the leading candidates or hopeful in the APC chairmanship race. Senator Sani Musa joins us now on the program. Thank you so much, distinguished Senator, for joining us tonight. Let's hear from you. We've been seeing your face on posters around the nation's capital. Now that we have the opportunity to speak with you, there are reports about you that you are eyeing the chairmanship seat of the APC. Tell us about it. Is it true?
Thank you, Mr. Sheun. It's very true. I'm going for the office of the National Chairman of All Progressive Congress. Just as you said, you have seen my posters, you have seen my billboards. Yes, I'm trying to sell myself. And the reason why I choose to leave the Senate to go for the chairmanship of national chairmanship of All Progressive Congress is because I am convinced that we need to make some changes in the structure of the party. We really need to re-engineer the party. We need to go digital in APC because, look, once we have a platform that is well institutionalized, then the leadership of the country also will come better. And I can tell you that if you look at advanced democracies today, the leadership of those democratic parties in those countries is not the way we operate, and we are copying. And so if we want to copy, we should copy and do the right thing. We have the constitution of the party, we have the guidelines of the party, and why is it that we cannot adhere to them? So I think the problem is from the party, and once we have a very good organization, I think the party will be able to present candidates that will give Nigeria leadership that we require. You cannot dispute the integrity of Mr. President today. And if so it is, then why not everyone within the party should follow to suit and see what that integrity means. And this is one of the reasons I felt I should come in. We have political structures that are only made
All right, let
as
me
a
also
platform.
ask you, Senator. Yeah, so quickly, let me get your view. The state at which your party is right now, is it repairable if considering the internal squabbles? Because people will describe your party as different elements who came together to take power from the PDP, and the agenda was to take power from the PDP. You achieved that, and that there is those fragments still existing in the PDP. And there are those who have said, should the president, Muhammadu Buhari, end its now as a president after 8 years in office, now the APC will fall apart like a pack of cards. Is the situation repairable? And if it is, how would you do it should you be elected?
That prediction is just an imagination and the fiction of some detractors. I can tell you there is no better political structure or political party in this country than the APC. We are going towards election year 2023. You can imagine what happened in 2015, period to 2015 general election. What happened to PDP? You can imagine 5 governors left PDP. And now we are going to a year of election. Governors from PDP are coming into APC, and now you are telling me that is a pack of cards that will scatter. How will it scatter? You're not, I mean, that is not even sensible. And in democracy, in every political setup, there will be disputes. And what is good about it? Everyone will come to the table. We'll dialogue it, and we'll come back and be more stronger. And I can tell you, one of my 3 R's is reconciliation. We will reconcile, we will reorganize, and we will restructure in order to win elections. And let me tell you what we're trying to do. If I'm the chairman of APC today, I will institutionalize APC to make it an entity that will be able to build leaders, that will be able to bring leaders. Human resources in this country is one of the best in the world. But we are not capitalizing on it. And we have turned our political parties just as a platform, just a tool to win election. No. APC
let
is going
me
to
just
we are going
ask
to be
you
more
straight.
stronger.
I have a few questions that I'd like to ask you, and they're very short, straightforward questions. First and foremost is that if you win the election, should you get screened and you get the ticket and you run in the race, or you become a consensus candidate? What will be your major agenda, considering that you are going to be going into an election almost immediately? That would perhaps be your first task as the national chairman of the party, should you win. The big question here is, based on the feelings of the popularity of Nigerians, the larger populations of Nigeria, how do you hope your party is standing in the hearts of those who voted for you in 2015 and 2019? Can your party win an election in 2023?
We will win election. And if I'm elected as the national chairman of APC, I'm coming in with 3 cardinal objectives. And those objectives are my 3 R's. That is reconciliation, reorganization, and restructuring. First, I will reconcile all the divisions we have. I will try as much as possible, based on what we have as our constitution of the party and what the guidelines has spelled out. I will work towards that. I will try as much as possible to build cohesion, build bridges. It's not everyone that certain offices, there are only one office. It's not everybody that wants to be in an office that will be there. But let me tell you, government is so wide.
The question I'm asking is not even much about your party members. It's about Nigerians and how they perceive your party, the APC, based on the promises you made to them in 2015 and 2019. What would you be telling them if you are leading your party into a major election that will determine the future of your party? The PDP is saying they are waiting, or they are going into that election to root you out of the Aso Villa.
Nigerians will see a party that is very organized, reorganized, structured, and ready to give governance the way Mr. President has been doing in terms of infrastructures will continue. You will know that the government is a continuum, and by the grace of God, if we get there, we shall win this election. We shall win this election. I am telling you, Nigerians have confidence in us. Nigerians cannot have any confidence in people that have been in government for 16 years with over $130 per barrel of oil and nothing to write home about. You cannot tell me that. Today, are you telling me that the rail system is not working in this country? Are you telling me that you don't have electricity more than what you used to have when you don't even have it before? Are you telling me that our roads are the same like the way they were dead troughs before? You can imagine the kind of infrastructural development that is going on in this country. You can imagine
but security is another issue. In your own state of Niger, there is a major security challenge in even your own state, in your constituency. That is something that Nigerians will be asking questions about.
APC
what would you be
inherited insecurity in this country. APC inherited insecurity in this country. And what APC is doing, yes, banditry is a ragtag warfare. It's not a conventional warfare. And what Mr. President has done now, he has given the military the powers now to be able to deal ruthlessly with these people by now defining them as terrorists. Just defining them as terrorists have given the military that ample opportunity to be able to ruthlessly deal with these people. Well, so initially when they started, they were saying,
let me again take you to another very strategic, because if you are gunning for the chairmanship seat of your political party, the question will be, what is in it for Nigerians? What are you bringing to the table?
Those days when you go to Banex Plaza, you are scared, let bomb not go up.
The kind of
if you go to motor parks, you are scared of bombs. But now is it the same thing?
One big question is your party ideology. Your party has said that it wants to be a welfareist party. Your party once said that it wants to be the left of the center. In the real sense, is your party a welfareist party, or how would you describe the ideology of the APC.
Tell me one administration in this country that have given support in terms of social services to its citizens. Tell me one person. There is the market money, the social responsibilities that we have taken, the humanitarian ministry, what they have been doing. What are you talking about? Tell me one country. The market woman
So
today
how do you
appreciate this
describe your
government
party
because of that
ideology,
5,000 she
Senator,
gets. What
for
are
the
you
party you
talking
want to
about?
lead? What would you say is your ideology?
The ideology of this government is a welfareism government. And the kind of welfareism is to see that we take more Nigerians out of poverty. And that is what we're doing. The trader money that you see going on, you in the urban city, you sitting in the studio, you know, understand it. Go to the market, go to the rural market and see what the women are doing with this. So there are a lot of programs, the small-scale industries that you're talking about, small-scale enterprises that we're talking about, where graduates have come out and doing quite a lot of things. It's something that we can be proud of saying we have done in APC. Go to and see what our young men are doing in the IT industry. Go and see how fintech is getting that kind of acceptability within the youth in order to be self-reliant. So what are you talking about? There's no government that have done this. When you're talking about social welfareism, this government is one government that is proposed.
I'm talking about what your party promised Nigerians and what the questions they will be asking. But quickly, let's talk about the race and the nature of the race as it stands right now. There are those of the League of the APC governors, and we understand that there are those that there are former governors in the race. You are not a former governor. You are a sitting senator. The former governors, we understand, are receiving the support of the governors. Isn't that some kind of a leverage for your opposition in the race?
Anyway, Mr. Shemu, I don't want to join issues with anybody. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a bona fide member of the APC, and I believe that from the governors to non-governors to legislators, everybody that is in APC, we are bonded by one unity. We believe that APC is our party and we must make it work. And that is the reason why I'm motivated to come out for this office. And I believe I have something new to offer to this party. We have seen the antecedents of every one of us. And I believe that we can take the experiences of each other in order to come together and build this party to what it should be.
That's a question I will ask. I mean, I remember the days of the MPN in the Second and Third Republic, and you will see what happens where the party is supreme. But we don't see those kind of situations. We see political office holders who suddenly have taken over the arms of affairs of the party. In your own view, and perhaps if you're going to change things, for those who believe that in any party structure, the leadership of the party is way and far above the political party officers who got their powers from the party, who got the ticket from the party. For example, between the president of a political party, say of the APC, and the national chairman of the APC, who would you suggest, or who in your own thought is supreme or comes first in terms of hierarchy?
If for any reason the political party formed a government, we have a leader, and that is the president of this country. And the supremacy of the party must be there. So what I'm trying to tell you is that during the MPN days, as you said, party meetings, party conventions are there. In everything we do, we have to follow the party conventions. What are the conventions? There must be meetings in the party secretariat. And what I'm trying to do is to make APC an institution. And when I make it an institution, that means it's an entity whereby we must, corporate an entity whereby we must abide by all the guideline rules and regulations. We have a constitution we must abide by. We have guidelines that we must follow. And we have a manifesto of which anybody elected under that office must follow that manifesto in order to give a sense of belonging to that party. And as such, the supremacy of the party
All right.
is
So,
what I
Senator,
believe in.
perhaps it's on this note I would like you to wrap up with us tonight. And my question is that we've seen what happened in the days of BC Akonde, the days of Chief Oyegun, in the days of Adams Oshiomhole. We saw the powers of the state governors and how they played the politics in the APC. Do you fear the prominence of the governors in your party and how they play their politics such that those who say they fear them and that the coming together of the governors is more influential than any caucus or any group in the party? Do you fear that?
I don't have any fear. Everyone has his own kind of qualities in terms of leadership. And when you come with a leadership that is very transparent and clean, I believe that even the governors are also wanting to see themselves to be very clean and transparent. So if we are playing politics, in every organ of that political structure, those that have been elected under that platform of that political party are partners in progress. We must partner, we must coordinate each other, we must also give that due respect to each organ of this political setup. Democracy is all about people, and all we need to do is to see how we can engineer a structure
so
that will be
we're
able
totally
to
out of time,
manage
Senator.
whatever
But
differences we have.
If you can help me in this, Senator, if you can help me in this, for those who allege and say in the party that should the governors overstep their bounds, those who are aggrieved about the role the governors play, if that kind of scenario play out, how would you tackle it? Just 20 seconds. How will you handle such a scenario?
It cannot play out if we have a leadership that adhered itself to the constitution of the party, to the guidelines of the party, and whatever terms that the party have set. Because the basic thing is that once there is rule of law, once there is constitutionality, I don't think we should have any problem. And it all depends on the kind of leadership we are going to put. If you put a leadership that will be toying to going for personal interest instead of public interest, then there will be a problem. And I will tell you that the kind of leadership I want to present is a leadership whereby we will protect the interests of Nigerians, we protect the interests of all members of the APC, and even those elected under the banner of APC.
We need to leave it at that, Senator.
Their own rights.
Because we're totally out of time.
Thank you very much.
But we wish you the very best. Thank you so much, Senator Sani Musa. It's good to see you. We wish you the very best in the race. And it's exactly a month to your national convention. We wish your party all the best in conducting that too. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching tonight. You'll see more of the faces of those who were wanting to be the party chairman in the coming days on this program. Thank you for watching. I'm Sean Kimale. Bye-bye.